Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full show on the internet. What are you looking at?
I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not looking at the camera today.
We've just watched the Huddersfield versus West Ham game on the TV. We're in the Roundhouse pub as we've got a problem in our bar at the moment which we're looking to resolve. Yeah. So we're in the Roundhouse pub at the moment in the West Ham room.
They've looked after us, haven't they?
Yeah, they have really looked after us, yeah. Thank you very much for the people at around the house and visit it. It's a lovely pub. It's a lovely pub. Anyway, we've just seen West Ham beat Huddersfield away from home by 4-1. You don't get much better than that, really, do you?
No, that's it. It was a decent performance. Didn't start too well, did we? But end of the day, a 4-1 win.
Well, everyone was saying about the possession, like in the first 5-10 minutes was 14% possession we had, like initially. And I think then we started to pick it up and sort of make Lanzini started to create a few chances. Him and that.
Let's go through the starting lineup first.
Adrian started in goal. Back three of Creswell, Collins. Obviously, Collins coming in for Reed is injured. Bonner playing in the centre of the three. Masuaku left, Zabaleta right. Noble coming back inside with Obiang and Czech. And Lanzini and Anatovic as a front two. Which was a bit interesting.
It was interesting, yeah.
The poor performances from a few of the midfield against Shrewsbury raised some questions over their credentials to start. But
right, first things first, let's get this out of the way. 6 substitutes.
Yeah. Why?
I know why. I think I know why. I've got a theory. I think it was a manager's plea for a cry for help to say, look, our squad's very thin. Yeah. I know that they had an under-21s game last night. I think it was last night. Under-23s game last night, which Byron played him.
Yeah.
And I think he's opted to rest all of the players that played in that game. But I don't think it's a coincidence that it's coming up to January transfer window time, and all of a sudden the manager's going, look, we've only got 6 subs, highlighting the fact that we're very thin still.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There was no Sacco, no Carroll. Obviously, Reed picked up the knock against Shrewsbury, so he was missing.
Why was Carroll missing?
Apparently ankle injury.
But then over today, there's a lot of movement in transfers within
in the Chelsea room, yeah.
Do you know what? I can't believe that they're going to pay 27 million though. That can't be right.
Well, whether that's true or not, it's
I'd be over the moon with that, to be honest. If they pay,
I'd be over the moon with it. I'd be over the moon with it, Dan, if they sign someone else.
Oh yeah,
they've got to reinvest the money, which they won't.
To be fair, if we got 27 million for Carroll, and we took that 27 million and went and signed a player,
then that's fair enough. Yeah, but it won't. It'll go straight in their pockets.
Our track record of signings like that is 27 million. We'll pocket 10 of it and use 17 of it.
The thing is, if we sell him right now, then we've still got 2 weeks to then find that replacement. Whereas if you do piss about and leave it,
we need. The thing is, Dan, we need players. We've needed them for a while, and we're 2 weeks into it, and there's no movement. You know?
For me, the problem with selling a player, with the thin squad that we've got, you're not guaranteed to bring the player you want in.
Anyway,
but fuck all this shit. Looking at the players,
the transfer's done.
Is that the first time that Obiang and Chiati have played together this season?
No, I think there was another game. Was it Tottenham? I think they played together against Tottenham.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting. I mean, I thought Noble was brilliant today. Even from early on.
Well, let's go through it. 10 minutes into the game, Huddersfield started very, very well. We wasn't really getting a sniff. We started to get into the game a little bit. Then Huddersfield got back on top, in my opinion, and then a goal out of nowhere, really. Handed to us on a plate. Great running from Anatovic. Great sense of mind to close the guy down.
Noble comes and nicks it off the player.
And that's the thing with that three in the midfield.
No, Anatovic.
I think Anatovic caused the fucking.
Yeah, he caused the panic.
He caused the indecision, and then Noble came and nicked it.
But the thing with that's the key of having that free midfield in the sense of the Noble. You haven't got any one player playing as a deep player or playing as a further forward player. You've got the three of them playing, sort of on a pendulum. Pushing forward one of them old, so they swap it around. Gave Noble that freedom to get forward to nick the ball off the defender. And what a finish!
It was a lovely finish.
Credit for that finish.
That's it. Near post, like.
If you're going to go near post, there's only one place he's going to score, and that's where he put it, mate. It was an excellent finish.
Spot on.
Rare occasion there, aren't they? Noble goals, you know what I mean?
I think that's his fifth. I think it was his 50th goal of his career.
50th career goal, yeah. 49 for West Ham, 1 for Ipswich, apparently.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So,
But the thing is, for a Noble goal, there isn't a penalty as well.
yeah, that's it.
You know, it's,
They're rare. They're rare these days.
Yeah, and it was like back in these younger days when he used to take them sort of shots, wasn't it? Like, and good to see. Like, I was over the moon.
I'll be honest with you. Apart from the goal, first half, I thought he was poor.
I have to agree. You know, what Czech did in the first half, I will never know. He didn't do much.
To be honest, mate, look, I'm not going to just dig him out. There was a lot. I don't think Arnautovic was brilliant in the first half.
But he did a lot more than most.
He did a lot more than most of us. But
Lanzini's final ball in that first half was absolutely awful. He couple of great runs, took some players on, looked like the Lanzini we had 2 seasons ago. But that final pass, he just lacked.
There was a few instances where he sort of made that good little through ball and threaded the ball through for Arnautovic, but then he got.
I think their link-up play was good.
Yeah.
I think everything else apart from that first half was bad. I don't think they done enough. I don't think Arnautovic got into the game enough.
No.
I don't think Lanzini got into the game enough. But then
I was never worried though. Before that moment, I was never really worried like they was going to score and we was.
they looked very poor today.
Yeah.
They they had that little bit of pressure in the first. Well, they had a couple of spells of good pressure.
They had huff and puff, but
Yeah, nothing else. Like they weren't going to blow the house down, if you know what I mean.
I think going back to Arnautovic and Lanzini, the way they linked up, that's the best link-up play I've seen since
Pint,
Antonio.
Pint,
What about this season?
Okay.
Since Antonio Hernandez and Lanzini link up at Burnley away. You know, the link up between them three as an attacking three was really good. That's the first time that I've really seen us in the attacking third have that link up play.
It's the way they sort of interchanges where one drops, like one run on forwards, and I think they're really good match them two. Right?
Well, Huddersfield got themselves back in. I'll be honest with you.
What a goal!
I've got to give it to the geezer, man. That was a brilliant finish. What's he, a right back, isn't he? I'm sure he's the right back, isn't he? Lolly, yeah. He's the one to give the ball away.
Yeah.
And he made up for it.
But it's a good finish.
Poor defending.
Poor defending. He had, I think.
Noble was poor for that. Noble was one of them.
He put a foot in.
Obiang, Creswell.
He timed it, didn't he, Noble?
And Masuaku as well.
Yeah.
But the guy had 3 touches in the area. You know, with players in his vicinity to get tight to him, and we didn't. And it's a soft goal to let in, but
he had a lot of space.
You can't take away from the finish.
it's great.
Maybe they wasn't expecting the defender to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Adrian could have done about that, to be honest with you. I don't think. Like, it was a difficult save to make.
He had no chance. It was round him and in the corner.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
No, it's a lovely finish.
At the end of the day, if it was someone like Ronaldo or Messi taking that shot, people would be banging on about it.
But I'll be honest, right? After that, they come at us hard.
Yeah.
They was like, and for them, I think that goal, if that had come 10 minutes earlier, I think they would have got another, or maybe another 2, because they was really pressed. It come just at the wrong time for them, 5 minutes before half time, and lucky for us really, because half time came, and I'll be honest with you. Although we hadn't played brilliant, Huddersfield got one before the break. They looked dangerous. I was sitting on the edge of my seat towards the end of the first half. I was thinking at half time, there's no way we can win this. Like, we've chucked away their chance now. I think that's the chance. You know, we was going to win this 1-0. Well, how wrong was I? Because we came out the second half like a greyhound out of the traps, mate, because it was fucking, 10 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally straight from kick-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ball back to Czech, long ball down.
Pinged it up.
First thing the guy had done all game.
But I said
it was a good ball.
In my half-time reaction, I said, right, it's going to be difficult. But I said that Arnautovic is going to score in the second half. I didn't think he's getting scored that quickly.
What a goal that was,
Yeah,
man.
he done really
The
well.
skill before, like he done that geezer, like Gascoigne, mate, over the top of him.
Beautiful. It almost reminds you a little bit about Masuaku's little bit against Tottenham.
Well, that was special, but no, I mean,
not as good.
But to do that and then score a goal, and
that's what makes it.
Again, another good finish. You know, you can't take that away from him. A lot of pressure on him going in straight from the off. You know, puts it away. What's that, 4 in 4? Yeah.
Stoke fans must be crying into their cereal on Sunday mornings now, mustn't they?
A bit like us when we first signed him.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
but let's talk about him, mate. £24 million.
Yeah.
At this minute in time, it looks like an absolute steal.
It looks like
Do you know what I mean? Like, but at the beginning of the season, I'm not joking. Before Slav went, I was putting him down as one of the worst West Ham signings of all time. All time, I was thinking, what a waste! It's the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. But Jesus Christ, I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he said to him.
I just think it was when he come in. I think with the Bilic side of it, I think you saw how Bilic was, and
took advantage of it.
Bilic don't
push.
demand respect.
Yeah.
I think with Moyes, who's come in with this stricter regime and everything, because he demands.
I
respect.
heard a story about that Bilic said to him there was a certain drill
Training
or something
drill,
he wanted to do. Yeah,
I've heard this story.
And then he said to Bilic, "I'm not doing that."
And then
Bilic just went, "Oh, all right." But obviously, when Moyes come in, he was a bit firmer on him, and he's got the geezer running, tracking back, defending.
Well, what I think he's doing at the moment, Moyes, I think he's building a team around Arnautovic. And I think that for a player like Arnautovic, who is very much, I wouldn't say a confidence player, but he's got that swagger and all that. But I think he's going to feel the love when somebody builds a team around, you know.
Like I said, it is confidence. When things going well for him, things going well for the team, and people are loving him, he's always chest puffed out, and you know what I mean. He's always that confident type.
Because Stoke fans said all that about 1 good game, 5 bad, but he's been since Moyes has come in, he's been our most consistent.
Well, I said this to him. He said, I said this to him outside. If he's got 1 good game, 5 bad, he must have had all his bad ones at the beginning and then saved them all up. But they honestly must be crying into their cereal on Sunday mornings for the position they're in now.
Because initially they was all like, we got 25 million, we've done use up like those first few games. Now who's laughing? Like, really?
So, look, at the end of the day, long may it continue. You know, let's just hope he's found that form and he just keeps progressing and progressing. I think a lot of it as well is to do with the fact where he's playing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's no pressure on him. You know, the pressure's there to do what he does. Do you get what I mean? There's no, like, you haven't got to track back. You haven't got to watch your marker. You know, make sure you pick up this player.
But you know what I noticed about him as well? That little burst of pace that he's got. He's one of the quickest players I've ever seen over 5 yards. Like he's just bang, straight out. After that, players will catch him. But that, you know, doing that on the left wing is not going to be as effective as doing that in the box. You know what I mean? Like, and I see that. Like the Chelsea game.
The thing is as well, he's got that, like you said, he's got that little thing over 5 yards, but then he's also got the quick feet and the close ball control to beat another player.
And he's got that strength to hold the ball. Like.
You know, he's quite good as an all-round player. When you look at it, you know, he's strong. He has got that little. He's not got pace, but he's got that little burst, and he's got quick feet. You know, so it suits the way we play at the minute, and that's why I think he's just doing so well. I think Moyes has seen it with him and Antonio, the way he wants to set up, and he's sort of building the team around it. And now Antonio's obviously got the hamstring injury that he's got. Lanzini could be the perfect partner. I'd still like to see Hernandez fitting in there with the ball being played on the floor and not oofed up to him.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't think we'll ever see that. I don't think we'll ever see it.
I think it's that's what I wanted to see for this game. I was saying Hernandez and Arnautovic with Lanzini behind, like, because he has quite a few little shots, Arnautovic, doesn't he? Like, on average in games.
The next part of the game is like football pong to me. The link-up play between Arnautovic and Lanzini after that was. They was like reading each other's minds. They knew where they was running. They knew where they was dropping. They knew everything, mate. It was literally. I could have come in my pants. I swear on my life, I could have come in my pants because it was fucking brilliant.
That's the thing. If you look before the third goal, you know, there was a chance I think where Lanzini tried to lay it into Arnautovic, and you know, he didn't get the pass through. You know, and then literally 5 minutes after, we go on good strength from Arnautovic, beats a player. Geezer gets back it. But if you watch the replay of it, the guy's fouling him. But as Arnautovic sees, it's poor touch from Arnautovic to get that ball get away from him. Geezer's come in to tackle him and sort of grabbed held on to. If you watch Arnatovic's reaction, he sees the ball going to Lanzini, and then he links on to the guy and pulls him to the ground.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a foul on Arnautovic, but also a foul on the defender.
Yeah.
Leaves Lanzini open. Again, another good finish.
I tell you what,
Keeper's this side, he puts it straight in.
great composure as well, because then you'll see a lot of people sky that over the barge. You know what I mean? Like,
That was the fourth goal.
Was it the fourth goal?
Yeah, that was the fourth goal. No, the third goal was when he threaded it through, one-on-one with the keeper, and he just slits it round him.
Yeah, so
Yeah? That's the
Which one
fourth
was
goal.
the Chiarte assist? Was
That was the second.
That was the second.
goal? We forgot about that. Chiarte got the assist.
No, we didn't. We didn't
no, I
forget
said-
that. We said that.
I said-
Yeah, I think with the third goal, I think that
the third
started
goal was
from-
all the little one.
Yeah, the little
Like,
passing.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was one of the
him
goals
and
well.
Arnautovic, bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
There was one of the
Even
goals.
before then, it was Chiarte Obiang knocking it round in
Yeah,
a small
yeah.
triangle. Then it went forward to Arnautovic.
Yeah, that was it. One of the goals came from Chiarte, but then obviously it went to between Lanzini and Arnautovic
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that. Yeah. I mean, first game we scored 4 goals in all season, and
But you start to forget, didn't you? You start to forget what one's what.
yeah.
And we've
That's
done
the
the double
thing.
over someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that our first double of the season?
The first double of this season, probably what?
We ain't had winning wins, Dan, let alone fucking being having a double over somebody.
I think we only did one double last season, wasn't it? And it was Burnley.
Probably. Yeah.
so-
It wasn't a great season, was it?
No. So
Still managed to finish 11th somehow.
the thing is now, look at the table.
We're 11th.
It's mental, isn't it?
11th. What was it? 2 points off of 9th,
2 points off the 9th, 5 points off the drop.
which is good. That's
Yeah.
breathing space. You know, you can afford to drop a game now.
Yeah.
The only problem I see about there's no problem to winning a game. Obviously, the only thing I see about this, the only problem is, I hope the owners don't think this is,
This is
And
the
then-
oh look,
That is it. Yeah.
we're back now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I seem to
Same thing happened last
year.
season. Same
We
thing
needed a
happened
striker.
under Sam.
All of a
last
sudden,
season.
Carroll started scoring goals.
And then he got fucking injured after that. They didn't buy him when he got injured. This is why you can't rest on your laurels, can you? You've got to push on.
I don't think you should ever rest on your laurels.
Yeah.
To be honest, I listened to the interview Moyes done this week, and the guy's setting an ambition to be here next season. He is confident that he's going to keep West Ham up, and he wants to build a team for next
Well,
season.
he said.
Do you know what the thing is with it? It's so Jekyll and Hyde. You know, we go out and beat Stoke 3-0. What?
That's just like your catchphrase this season, isn't it?
Because it is. Because it is.
Yeah,
It's so Jekyll and Hyde. Because
fair
you can
enough.
go out and smash Stoke. You go out and beat Chelsea. You go out and draw to Arsenal. Should have beat them. Go out and smash Huddersfield. Then you lose at home to Newcastle. You scrape past West Brom, and you're losing games like that, and drawing
Drawing away
against
to
Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury,
You know what I mean? Like, it's so Jekyll and Hyde. What I want him to
There's
see.
no disrespect to Shrewsbury, by the way.
No.
But,
No, but I'm just saying, like, it is so Jekyll and Hyde. I know he's becoming, because it's true. We just need the. I think they should give him a little bit of money. I don't know how much money they want to give him. Give him some money to get some. He should be able. If they don't want to put money into the manager because they don't know if he's going to be in the next 6 months, at least give him the money that they get in. If he's going to sell Carroll for 27 mil, if he's going to sell Hernandez for fucking 70 mil, you know what I mean? They're fucking crazy figures. If he's going to sell Sacco for 10, then he should be allowed to, to spend that money that he gets in.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, for me, after the Shrewsbury game, I said, look, whether we stay up, we should move Moyes on, because I don't want to see us play these defensive football against like lower teams. But when he come out and said, look, I know how I want to play. If I'm here next season, I'm going to get the players and play attacking football. I thought, all right, you've said that. Let's give him a chance. Put your money where your mouth is, and let's see if he does it. And give him the 1 year deal or whatever. And give him a chance to do that, because I would like to see, because I don't want to see us playing long ball defensive football against teams like Shrewsbury.
I always took this stance, mate. He has got what he's got to get on with. He has to play the way he's played. The thing is about a manager like that, he comes in after a transfer window. He's only got what he's got. He's had no choice in what he's got. It's like taking over an house. and having to live in it for 6 months before you can change anything. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, you might not like the decoration, but you know, eventually you want to make it your own.
Yeah, I understood it in the league because it's stay up no matter what. But I just thought in the cup game, we had a bit of an opportunity to.
I don't think you've got much in there, mate. I'll be honest with you. That's what I'm saying. I think the squad's very thin. Cullen come in and done very well. Burke come in and done okay. But apart from that, you want to, you know, he's thinking to himself, I've got to give players like Lanzini and Arnautovic a rest.
Yeah.
But you can't really afford to because we're so thin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing is,
They're the games that Sacco and Carroll should be starting. Hernandez, for me, didn't show enough in that Shrewsbury game. Didn't show enough desire.
but let's be honest. When you look at that game, the Shrewsbury game as a whole, what player did apart from Cullen and Burke and Rice?
And here's the thing: you've got, what is he, 5'6"? Like
I can understand some of them because of fatigue.
Yeah, but not. But that's what I'm saying. You can't really sit there and judge an individual player in the sense of how poor he was because all the balls were long balls.
Yeah.
We didn't get the ball on the deck to try and play, and it's pointless. It's pointless playing along.
Yeah.
It's like having when we played, right. You're the target man, yeah, right, and Dan's your strike partner, right. Well, we're going to play long ball to you, and you knock it down to Dan. And then what we're going to do is you're not going to play, so we're just going to play long ball to Dan. What's the point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's pointless.
Yeah.
And for me, the Shrewsbury game now, the replay. If Moyes wants to try this, I know you don't really want to disrupt the flow because he's got his system. The system's set up, and we got the win today. He's doing what he's done. But the Shrewsbury game on Tuesday, why not try and play this different style of football? End of the day, we go out. You know, we were poor against Shrewsbury before. If we go out, we will poor against them again. But go there and show this different type of football that he's talking about he wants West Ham to play. Go and show us what it is. You know, show us. Because at the end of the day, there's players there who can get the ball on the deck and knock it around.
Where's my bag?
It's on the floor.
Oh.
But the thing is for me is that Moyes has even come out and said, and Hernandez works best with ball to feet, right? Playing the ball to feet on the floor, and we haven't been able to do that for him. So Moyes has recognised
We ain't got enough. Like, take Lanzini out the side. There's no creativity.
That's one way. Lanzini's injured.
No, I'm sorry. You can play that again. No disrespect to Shrewsbury. We can play that Tuesday night against Shrewsbury because Noble can play the ball on the floor. Obiang can play the ball.
Yeah, Cullen.
Lanzini, Cullen. Play the players that can do it. But then tell the defenders not to keep gunting it long.
Yeah, that's the thing. As soon as it comes back to Collins or Reed, and they just comes in, bang, bang, and like not with even any player in
Today
mind.
was pretty football. I liked it today.
Yeah,
It was nice football.
Exactly.
We
So I
played
want
a
to
lot
see
more
that
passing.
on
Tuesday.
Do you know? They'll
See,
see
this is
on Tuesday.
the thing is, that it doesn't make sense to me. A lower league team will always dominate you in the air.
Of course
That's what they're set up for.
Exactly.
That's the football they're set up for. It does never make sense to me.
They're four defenders with 6 foot plus.
Yeah.
And we're playing long balls to Hernandez and Ayew.
But this is what I'm saying. It always suits a lower league team because that's what they're set up for. They buy big lumps for forwards and they buy big lumps at back because it goes from front to back.
Exactly.
And that's the type of football they set up for. What do? A Premier League team go there who can play football and play it around them. You drop yourself to their level and you know have a go at them at their game. And to be honest with you, mate, we was very lucky. Very, very lucky, very fortunate not to come out of that by not losing. They had the better chances.
We didn't deserve 8 in that game Sunday. Nothing at all. You know, they were the better side for 90 minutes.
The thing is, what I saw today, and what's in other games, we can play that one-touch football. Do you know what I mean? Where we're bang, bang, bang.
But you'd kill a League Two. You'd kill a League One side by doing that.
Yeah.
You'd kill them.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know why he opted to go right. We're going to sit back. We're going to fucking oof the ball to and
Because he prioritised this game today over that game on Sunday.
I understand it. Like
That's all it boils down to. His job, right? You've got to, as much as I criticise him for the way he's doing it, at the end of the day, his job, what he's been brought in for,
is to keep us in the
West Ham
league.
in
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yeah, but
So he's looking at it. Look, I don't need these cup games. The cup games are a distraction, but in my mind, they're a good distraction.
Take the same players that he took to that game, right, and play a different style altogether, and still you have Hernandez up front. Maybe start Martinez and Hernandez as a strike partner.
I thought Martinez was brilliant. I would be tempted to start Martinez. If he's going to play the same sort of football, I would be tempted to start
he got,
him.
like 8 and 11 or something like that in the
something crazy like that. But
and the thing is as well, these players like Martinez, Cullen, Burke, Rice, and the other youngsters, they've played against League One and League Two sides in the Checker Trade Trophy. So they've got experience against them sort of sides. So why not give them a go?
Yeah.
Said look, in my opinion, you put your strongest side out every game because you should be out there to win every game.
Yeah.
Winning builds confidence builds momentum. But I do get where I do see it from Moyes' point of view, having to rest players.
Yeah.
But I think this is now a game, especially with Bournemouth or Wigan in the next round as well. Both that's a winnable game no matter who you get, and then you're like knocking on the door of a quarter final.
yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know about that, Scott. This is only the third round, mate.
No,
The sixth round is a
I don't know.
sixth round's a quarter final.
The way we went out of the League Cup, I haven't got any excitement or confidence in the FA Cup, really, and that's what.
But let's be honest, if we had actually gone for it on that day against Arsenal, we would have beaten.
Look at Forest. Forest have just done to Arsenal. They took it to them. They played their strongest team, and they comfortably beat them.
We would have easily beat them.
And that game against Arsenal, I've said it before, shows that resting players or not going out there with the right mentality to go and try and get a result doesn't always mean you're going to win the next game because we lost to Newcastle.
Again, I understand the circumstances that Moyes is in, of like his job rests on his career rests on us staying
There
up.
always seems to be a problem. That's the problem with short-term contracts, short-term loans. You had the same thing with Zaza. Look at Zaza now, one of the top scorers in La Liga.
Yeah.
He's got a target on his back from the start when he joined us. He couldn't act the league. He admitted that but he's got 14 games. Go.
Yeah. But I tell you what, for businessmen, they're so afraid of failure, right? They're so afraid of failure in terms of they're scared that if you sign someone on big money and they don't work out, then obviously it's a disaster in their mind. So they're not willing to take risks, and all the top businessmen take risks, and they're not afraid.
Well, I think they take a little bit of. I don't think they'd take kindly to you not calling them great businessmen.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying...
Of all the things you can knock them for, you can't knock them for their business credentials.
They've done great on the porno and all that sort of thing, right? But
listen, when you look at the business aspect of West Ham United, the way they run the club as a business from when they took over is really good. But
that's not what interests me.
No, exactly. And their biggest problem is that the promises that they made, with the business aspect of moving the club forward was bullshit.
Yeah, no, but they're doing well in terms of keeping the club where it was. But I'm saying, if you're a business, you want to grow. Like, all right, let's look at this Don Decker deal, right? Don Decker, is it? Right,
that's a fucking mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don Decker deal.
Don Decker deal. They initially wanted like €25 or whatever, right?
25 euros?
25 euros.
25 million.
€25 million.
I think I could have stumped up €25.
Exactly. 25 million euros.
I paid more to get on the boat party in costs.
But there's not that decisiveness of saying, do you know what, right? He's highly rated, he's doing a good job where he is. Let's go for it, right? There's this, 25 million, and then they go, no, now it's 27 million quid, right? And now they're like, oh no, and then it gets to the point where we don't go in for him.
One of the biggest problems with transfers, especially around this time of year, is all the agents putting the stories out there and pushing fees up. That's what it boils down to. At the end of the day, if West Ham, if they approach a player who they're keen on, like you said, if they want £25 million, because as soon as it gets leaked that West Ham are interested in this player, the agent of that player is then going, Tottenham are also interested. So push it. That's what's happening.
I mean, look at Liverpool, right? And I'm not comparing us that we're on the same stature as Liverpool, but in January, right, they saw that they had a need. They needed a defender. Southampton wanted 70 million. They went, fuck it, here's your 70 million. You have to pay over the odds in this period, and you've got to be decisive.
That's the penalty
Yep.
for not doing your great business in the summer.
Yeah.
They let too many go and they didn't sign enough. Like they done like I was salivating at the business they done at the start. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, we could actually do something here.
But then they didn't.
And then
anyway.
Well, no, they signed the 4 players that they signed so early, and then add them up to like pre-season, and then slowly but surely they all started to leave. Randolph, Ashley Fletcher, Sofiane Vergouli, Nordveld, you know, and it just went on and on and on and on. And you're thinking, right, we must have to get someone in now. By the time the window shut, mate, you had that and ahhing about the Carvalho deal, and then all of a sudden the window slammed shut and you got fuck all. You know what I mean? Nothing.
I still maintain we should have kept Vergouli.
Yeah.
For me,
as a squad
like,
player.
because you give him he started to look good towards the end of the season. He showed little flashes or so maybe another season. But we were too quick. That's what we were too quick to sell in that window, would we? Like, and we
They were subsidising the money for the thing.
And now look how thin our squad is. Like what we've been saying. Do you know
I know. That's why we've got 6 substitutes on the bench today.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
and that's what it all boils down to. You know, the business wasn't done properly in the summer. You know, the business could have been. The business was good. Could have been a lot better. You know,
I'll be happy if we buy one standout player like that midfielder, central defensive midfielder, and we spend like 30 million on him in this, and that's the only player we'll buy. I'll be happy with something like that. But if we go out and sell 3 strikers,
they'll be fucking mental if they sell 3 strikers, but they will.
Listen, at the end of the day, if we offload a striker, bring in
2, I'll take 2. But I'd offload.
I'd want another striker.
I'd offload 2 and settle for signing 1 more.
No.
But they should go and spend the rest of the money in the midfield area.
actually, here's what I wanted to bring up, is what I was worried about, right? Look at when, in that game, when he had made the substitutions, he brought on Ayew instead of Hernandez, right? And that's what's worrying me. There's always rumors about Hernandez going. If we sell Hernandez after, 5 months, 4 months, would be mental.
You mean the type of poacher we've been crying out for the past 5, 6 seasons?
Yeah, 7, whatever you call it, 8 years.
At the end of the day, you 4-1 up, and he brings on Ayew and Rice.
Still not an out-and-out striker, Ayew.
With bringing on, when you've got the youngsters in Cullen, in Burke. So...
Gary.
Yeah, he might be putting a message out. We'll have to wait and see. But it's a good win.
And what do you think of
Fernando?
Do you think we're selling him now?
Yeah, I think we're listening to offers for him. I think we're listening to offers for him. I think Sacco's more or less out the door.
Even though
I think they'll sell Carroll as well. I really do. That's worrying because I don't know what they're going to do with the money.
And at the end of the day, you've got to look at it. Offloading Carroll, 120 grand off the wage bill, frees up 120 grand to bring in.
Offload Ayew as well, that's 260 grand off the wage bill. Sacco as well, 261 grand off the wage bill.
It's offloading Carroll is 27 million in your pocket and the massive wage.
To me,
not our pocket. Their pocket.
Their pocket.
But no,
whether they want to put their hand back into it, mate.
I mean, I'm fully behind offloading Carroll. The thing is, I like. I'm happy for when he's played. I'm happy for what he's done, but it's not often enough. He doesn't do enough.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'd rather spend 120 grand a week on a player that's going to play week in, week out,
like an average
all the time, than play someone who's injured for 60%.
I'd rather have one of these championship strikers and pay him on 50 grand a week or whatever.
Would you?
Or 45. Yeah, one of the top fucking, we could have got, who was it the Burnley got from Leeds? Chris Woods.
What's he done?
He's been scoring a few goals for Burnley.
At the start.
Yeah, but he isn't the answer for us.
No, but I'm saying, I'd rather have that player who can still stay fit and play for you, who's not this top-name striker, than a Carroll who plays, 15 games a season?
I agree. I agree with what you're saying in that sense. As I said, I'd rather go and get that Carvalho or whatever his name was to play centre midfield and pay him mega bucks and him be the player that he's meant to be than play sick note 120 grand a week. And that's not, look, when Carroll plays and when we play to Carroll's strength, he's a good player. But there's for me, there's no future in playing Carroll anymore.
There's too many times we say on his day, right? That on his day thing is said too many times.
Carroll for me now is last 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, but you can't justify.
You can't justify
90 grand a week,
100 and whatever grand a week it is. You know what I mean? So you know, it's one of them things where, yeah, I would shot him, but you know, I'm a bit worried about who they're going to get in.
Yeah.
And Carroll does have his uses. You saw that against West Brom.
Yeah, he was brilliant against West Brom.
So, you know, it's another one to do. It's the money you're paying week in, week out for a player, but at the end of the day, them 3 points, that's his wages for the season. Do you know what I mean? If you stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, of course.
So it's tough. It's tough.
All right, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match. A big, massive thank you to the Roundhouse for hosting us this evening. It's a brilliant pub. I'm going to go and enjoy the festivities, boys. I don't know about you. You can fuck off home. I'm going to have a little dance in the other
I live
room.
around the corner.
Yeah, but yeah, no, come down and visit. It's a brilliant pub, brilliant on a match day. Thank you very much for hosting us today. Go and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, on Twitter @West Ham Fan TV, Facebook, Instagram, Volley, all the stuff that we never use. And one thing left to say, boys, happy hammers.
Happy hammers.
Happy hammers. Come on, your irons.